Hola estudiantes, esta semana tenemos parte 2 en nuestra lección de formando el imperfecto. Tenemos verbos ER e IR. Okay, we have part 2 in forming the imperfect. This week we're going to focus on ER and IR verbs, which are just a little bit harder than AR verbs in the imperfect, but still pretty simple. I think you'll get it without too much trouble. Let's take a look at the endings. So, in the present tense, the verb endings for ER and IR verbs differ just a little bit. Okay, for ER verbs we have o, es, hemos, eis, and en. And for IR verbs we have o, es, imos, is, and en. Okay, there's a little bit of difference between the two. That is not the case in the imperfect tense. ER and IR verbs use the exact same set of endings. Okay, so we have yo, that goes with ia. Tú goes with ias. Él, ella, and usted go with ia. Nosotros goes with íamos. Vosotros goes with iais. And ellos, ellas, and ustedes all go with ian. The accent mark, again, is important. It's in every single one of the endings, and it tells you how to pronounce the word. So let's take a look at a real verb example so that you can see how it fits together. Take the verb comer, an ER verb. In the present tense, we would say yo como, tú comes, él o ella o usted come, comemos, coméis, y comen. In the imperfect, all of the endings have an IA, and then there are some similarities between the imperfect and the present. Okay, so we have yo comía, that's a little funny. Tú comías, which still has an S, just like the tú in the present tense, but it has an IA instead of an E. Comías. We have él, ella, and usted comía. Nosotros comíamos. Okay, so we still have a mos, just like the present tense nosotros, but we have the IA before it. Comíamos. Vosotros comíais. Okay, so we still have an IS, similar to the vosotros in the present tense, but it's an IAIS. And that one you really need the accent mark to understand how to pronounce it. Comíais. Okay, and then finally we have ellos, ellas, o ustedes comían. Still has an N, but it has an IA in front of it. Those are the endings with an ER verb. Like I said, they're exactly the same if you have an IR verb. For example, vivir. I used to live somewhere. Yo vivía. Tú vivías. Él, ella o usted vivía. Nosotros vivíamos. Vosotros vivíais. Y ellos, ellas, y ustedes vivían. Okay, so some similarities between the present tense and the imperfect tense, but not tons. Okay, so make sure you copy these down so that we can practice them a lot in class. Let's see some examples of this in use. ¿Qué quiere decir? Yo comprendía matemáticas en inglés. That means I used to understand math, but now it's difficult. Yo comprendía matemáticas. Ellos hacían la tarea. ¿Qué quiere decir en inglés? That means they were doing their homework when suddenly something else happened. Okay, they were doing their homework. How about escribíamos notas? That means we were writing notes, or we used to write notes. Okay, something that happened in the past over an indefinite period of time. And now you need to give me some examples. Okay, so ¿cómo se dice en español we were reading? The verb is leer, so we need to find the nosotros form of leer in the imperfect tense. Think about that for just a minute. I hope you found leíamos. Leíamos means we were reading or we used to read. How about they used to live, as in they used to live in Utah, but now they moved here? That is vivían. Ellos vivían en Utah. How about I was learning? So we need the imperfect yo form of the verb aprender. Yo aprendía means I was learning or I used to learn. How about he used to go out? So we want the el form of the verb salir in the imperfect tense. Él salía. We should probably specify that it's él in front of salía because salía would also go with ella, usted, and yo in this form. How about you were eating? So I want the tú form of the verb comer in the imperfect tense. Comías. Tú comías means you were eating or you used to eat. Es todo por el momento. Vamos a practicar más en clase. Muchas gracias y buenas noches.